going to be released. Then all of a sudden he wasn't released. There was talk of a trade, and people couldn't figure out how we got to that point. Well, this kind of stuff happens from time to time. I pointed to Darren Sproles a couple of years ago. He was informed by the Saints that he was going to be released. That news got out there, and all of a sudden a couple of teams started to scramble, and the Eagles wound up trading for him. That was a similar situation to what happened here with Branden Albert, and I can tell you that the team right now, according to a source, that is the far-away leader to get Albert is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And what I'm told is the Jaguars had a bit of a concern if he hit the free agent market and there were going to be multiple suitors, that maybe they weren't going to be in position A to make that happen. So that's why they turned to a trade possibility to get Albert basically before he hit the market. And as long as he was agreeable to going there, then that would be the place that he would wind up. Now, there are a lot of logistics that have to be worked out, and nothing can be completed until March 9th when the league year begins. And part of those logistics is going to be Albert's contract. He knows he's won it at this point, so he is going to want some compensation. He's owed $9 million, but maybe something in the form of guarantees or an inflated year-one number. Look for that kind of stuff if and when this is completed, and my expectation is that it will be, and it will be wrapped up and official once the league year begins.
Yeah, a lot there pointing to the reasons for the Jags to be involved in this deal. But what kind of role did Laremy Tunsil have in the Dolphins' decision to maybe see it was okay for Branden Albert to go?
Huge, because Albert, number one, he played solid football last year, and he did it with a wrist injury that knocked him out for a couple of games. And when he did come back, I remember Dolphins coach Adam Gase being relieved that he had his full and starting offensive line back, and that included Branden Albert. Now, that wrist, by the way, is completely healthy. So the Jaguars, if they are the team that winds up getting him, are going to get a healthy Branden Albert, and you're going to get a guy that can play tackle, that can play guard, that can do all these kinds of things. My point being, if he's valuable to the Jaguars and to some other teams, why wouldn't he be valuable to the Dolphins? Well, because they drafted Laremy Tunsil, and they saw some really good things from Tunsil in his rookie season, and the expectation on their end is he's ready to